These are the streets around my house which have pretty much kept me sane during lockdown. It's here that I've walked and I've run, sometimes with my family and sometimes on my own. I've got a little bit of a 3k loop and a 5k loop, although I have to admit it's quite hilly in this part of North Nottingham, and so I haven't always made it around my 5k run quite as I'd intended. Sometimes I've just literally walked around the block around the house here and prayed, prayer walks early in the morning, all with the aim of trying to sustain my well-being over these last few months. You'll be aware that we've been encouraging you to think about well-being during Lent. We've provided a little resource, a little video and some suggested ideas to think about around relational, physical and mental and spiritual well-being, the RPMSs. Now, of course, none of this is easy. I don't know about you, but I found particularly those first few weeks in January as we went back into that third lockdown really difficult. It's hard to sustain hope. It's hard to sustain our Christian faith. And then maybe actually trying to sustain these well-being patterns during Lent has made that harder for you. It's a bit like New Year resolutions. We make all these grand plans, but then actually we really struggle and we find we can't keep to all that we had intended. The good news, however, is that Christian faith it's not about trying harder or being better or digging deeper. It is about being in a relationship with Jesus. We can't save ourselves. It's never about us, but it is a relationship with Jesus that makes all the difference. It's only in a relationship with the risen Christ that we can find true hope, and that can perhaps have the greatest impact on our well-being. We're about to enter Holy Week. We're about to journey again with Jesus to Easter. And yes, that journey is through pain and suffering, Gethsemane, where Jesus struggled so much, where he expressed his own anxiety about all that he was going to go through. Betrayal, denial, Judas and Peter letting Jesus down. Jesus himself walking through the streets of Jerusalem, a crown of thorns on his head, following the cross on which he would be crucified, on which he died. So yes, the journey's through suffering and pain. God understands all that we're going through. God understands all that we've been going through over this last year. But the journey of Holy Week is also one through to joy and celebration. It's the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead that we'll celebrate on Easter Day that makes all the difference. There have been some moments as I've walked and as I've run around these streets where I've sensed the risen Christ really present. Jesus speaking to me, the Holy Spirit leading me. Romans chapter 5 verse 5. Hope does not disappoint us because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit that has been given to us. So thank you for engaging with us in Lent, and I hope that you have a wonderful Easter and that you will encounter afresh the risen Christ.